nine, all nine. All nine, all nine.
Ladies and gentlemen.
MCAP, Movement for Change and Prosperity.
MCAP family, work wisely. All nine, all nine. Vote all nine. This time, yes we will. Yes we will.
Dr. Sammy Joseph.
All nine. All nine, all nine.
There's a difference between talking about doing and actually doing. Good night, St. John's. Good night, everybody. My name is Sammy Joseph, one of the 9 candidates that is contesting this year's elections with Team MCAP. Permit me to give a short introduction about myself. My father is Richard Joseph. Most people know him as John Joseph. And my mom sitting down here is Mistress Yolande Joseph. I'm originally from Harris's, and we came over to this side of the island in 1995 after the super hill started to erupt, and we moved into the grade school. At that time, we all remember the fun times that we had in Shelter Life. We were 15 to 20 people in one classroom, sharing one bathroom, sleeping outside, etc. I lived in that life for 1 year, but in 1996, I was lucky to get a scholarship to go away to start to study my career. To make a long story short, I studied for 11 years in Barbados, Italy, Canada, Texas, California, etc. Eventually, finally, in 2009, I graduated with my PhD in physics. So then the decision had to be made, what are my next plans for the future? But one thing I realized, no matter how talented or brilliant you think you are, the things that you accomplish were never done by yourself. It's always done with a team around you and with a group of people around you. So you always have to remember your country, the church that you came up with, your parents, your friends, and everybody that helped you to achieve your success. So I decided, instead of trying to stay in America and keep on, since I've reached basically as far as I wanted to reach, I would return to Montserrat and try to contribute something back to the country that made me what I was. It wasn't done just to myself. So in 2010, I returned back to Montserrat and started teaching at the Montserrat Secondary School, and went on to the Montserrat Community College. While at the Montserrat Secondary School, I used to coach the MSS Warriors basketball team. Then when going on to the technical college, the Montserrat Community College really, they didn't have a basketball team, so we and the boys got together and we formed a new team called Los Assassins, which you can see playing every Friday and Saturday.
Assassins!
And which is going to win the league, so you need to come up and show support. So during that time, we practiced during the week, and I also show up to the games on the Fridays and the Saturdays. Also, during the same time, in those 4 years I was in Montserrat, I was the main staff sponsor of the Montserrat Debating Society, which just won the Leeward Island debating competition. Which also was a lot of work involving practice, all since college finished around 5, involved practicing all during the day, weekends, nights. But again, this wasn't done by just me. There was a team of writers, the debaters themselves, the people that showed up and to show support, and with a team working together and everybody pulling their weight, Montserrat was finally able to return back the debating crowd to where it belonged, back in Montserrat.
Yes!
Now, when I came back to Montserrat, the question was, we want to move our economy forward. How can this be done? One way I realized that this can be done was through ICT's information community technology. The world is changing, and some of the technologies that existed before, as you know, look around, we all have smartphones and tablets and computers, so there are new opportunities for jobs. So instead of just talking, as I said at the beginning, there's a difference between talking about doing and actually doing. Me, my brother Daniel Joseph, and Manish Valetra, we started Montserrat's first software company in Lavabits. And during those 4 years, we have done a lot of projects. One of them, the Montserrat online visa system, so that you apply for a visa to come to Montserrat from any part of the world. We also did a land system for the physical planning unit where you can go online, pay your money and see everything about your property instead of just showing up at the department. Also, for tourist board, we did an app so that you can go on and see about Montserrat. And all of that was done in the 4 years that I was here.
Yes.
And then the final thing I want to speak about is that while I'm here interacting with the students and in society in general, I realize that there are things in our society that we know they are wrong, but everybody hush and doesn't speak about. And it's basically the sexual exploitation of women and children that takes place in our society, and we all whisper about it, and nothing is done. So what I decided to do was to contribute basically the last segment of my college salary towards a new company called PPP, which I'll be talking about in the current weeks, to do something about it. So just last week, the company was set up, all documents, legal documents were signed, and $20,000 of my personal funds was transferred into that company. So next week I'll be speaking about this.
Yes. That's vision.
So basically,
We can't perish.
I'm not interested in any smear campaign or wasting my time responding to nonsense. What I'm interested in is working with a team to move Montserrat forward.
Yes, my friend.
But what I do know is that we cannot beg our way into prosperity. If we want to achieve things that have never been done, we have to do things that have never been done. But what's keeping us some time back is vision, the ability to perceive, conceive, and eventually achieve. We cannot keep waiting on some superpower in England and defeat to save us. We'll need to get rid of the idea that change and for something to happen to Montserrat must always come from outside. I've been teaching for 4 years in Montserrat, and I'm interacting with people in Montserrat, and I know that the talent is in Montserrat to get things done. We cannot always be depending on outsiders to come and save us. We also have a responsibility. These external actors, they can present the opportunity, but we need to create the conditions within this country to take advantage of all these opportunities.
Preach it, my brother.
As I said, Montserrat is not about the criticizers, the doom spreaders, and those who point out what's wrong with Montserrat without offering solution. The credit belongs to those who are actually in the arena trying to make a difference. Those whose faces are covered with dust, sweat, and blood. Those who strive valiantly to make a difference in this beautiful island. We may come up short because nobody is perfect. But if we do not dream, if we do not have a vision, how will we know how far we can go? And if we fail, we will fail by dreaming greatly and by trying so that everybody in this island can have the prosperity they deserve. This election, Montserrat, is not a game. It is about people, their jobs, hopes, and aspirations. This is about a way forward, a vision for this island we call Montserrat. We, the people, have before us a job of the most serious kind. We have before us many, many long months of hard work and dedication. You ask, what is my policy? I can say, it is to wage war. War against poverty. War against those that are exploiting our children. I know a lot of people are now frightened, so let them come after me. I am going to shake up Montserrat and see what falls out. Representation is about, I'm going to shake up Montserrat and see what falls out. Representation is about having a backbone to stand up for what you believe in and to fight for the people that you represent. This is a war for our children. This is a war for our future. A war so that regardless of one's background, equal opportunities for a better, more fulfilling life is accessible to all according to one's ability and dedication. And I and MCAP will wage this war with all our might and with all the strength that God can give us. That is my policy. You ask, what is my aim? I can answer in one word. It is victory. Victory. Victory in spite of the rumor spreaders, the propaganda creators, the liars and mind readers. Victory, however long and hard the road may be. For we can create a better Montserrat, a united Montserrat. So let us move forward together as one people. Let us not settle for mediocrity. Vote for prosperity. Vote for Dr. Sammy. Vote MCAP. Keep the team to fulfill the dream. Put MCAP right back.
We vote in MCAP again. MCAP again. MCAP again. We don't make up the mind what we say. We voting for the whole night.
MCAP, Movement for Change and Prosperity.